Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's edition of Talks and Tea with me, Tonya Nicole. I am excited for tonight. I am going to have Evan joining me tonight, and we're going to talk about, come on, parents. We're going to talk about how they ended this school year. And I wanted to bring it up, especially with Evan, because he has struggled just a bit and he did well overall, but he didn't do well in a lot of different ways. So, as you're coming in, tell me what you're drinking. What tea do you have tonight? And go ahead and tell me hello, and we'll get started in 30 seconds with our intro. All right. So, hello, everybody. As you're coming on, go ahead and say hello to us. Tell us what type of tea you're drinking for tonight with Talks and Tea with me, Tonya Nicole. And I told Evan to go get me some tea, and he brought me back ice cream.
Isn't that what you asked for?
Sure. So, tonight we're eating ice cream instead of tea. It's not going to look as pretty, so I'm going to try not to eat this ice cream as you're coming on. But as you're joining us, tell us what you can't have it. As you're coming on, give us a hello. Tell us what tea you're drinking, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Valerie. Welcome to our conversation. This is Talks and Tea with me, Tonya Nicole. And tonight joining me, I have my favorite son,
Evan.
Yay! So I wanted to just let you all know there are some really exciting things happening. 2021 is upon us. Now, the kids like to play this game called Among Us, but 2021 is among us, and it's a good thing. And so we're really excited. I have a lot of wonderful, fun, and exciting things that I have brewing in my own mastermind. And I'm excited because I am going to do a countdown to 2021 starting on Sunday. And I'm starting it off participating in a like-minded sister circle mastermind that is absolutely free. And it is called Breakthrough 2021. I will be sure to leave a link inside of the chat so that you can join us if you would like to go. But starting on Sunday with the Breakthrough 2021, I am going to be doing a countdown to 2021 and really highlighting some special new projects that I have going on and getting started in what we need to do to be better in 2021. So Evan's here with me today. Evan is going to talk about, I told them what we're going to talk about, but I didn't tell you. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to hit the issue of finishing out this school year because you came home. Now, granted, they technically have a half day tomorrow, but as I told you all, it's staggered entry. So he goes 2 days a week. He's off 3 days a week. So he went today. He doesn't go tomorrow. So technically, he is complete with his classes, right? Mm-hmm. So I want to know, give me a general overview as to how this quarter or this semester went for you with COVID, and then I'll give the parent perspective as I eat my ice cream.
All right, so for how this semester went with COVID, it was stressful because we started off the year all virtual, and then we went to the staggered schedule, and then we went 5 days a week, And then we went back to the staggered schedule while kids are getting quarantined left and right. Me personally, and you don't even have to get COVID and you're getting quarantined. Like you're missing days of school. And so it's just super stressful. And then me, I'm an AB student. And so trying to keep my grades up, it's just
Wait
so
a
hard.
second.
Yeah. You
No, see, no, you sound really dramatic right now. First of all, you sound so Eddie. Do not pump him up. Eddie's like, oh, what's up, Evan? And he gave you some pounds or some power. But wait a second. This comment of I'm an AB student. Now, granted, you have an AB mind, maybe even greater than that. However, your grades were horrible this year.
What are you talking about? I have all A's and B's except for chemistry. That's an AB student.
Okay, Eddie said, "Let the boy live." All
Thank
right.
you.
So what is okay? You have an A or B in Spanish.
I have all A's and B's except for chemistry and Spanish.
No, like that's not what that does. Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's an AB student.
So first quarter, you frustrated me.
You weren't the only one frustrated. We were all frustrated.
So why were your grades so poor first quarter as compared to this quarter?
Nobody knew what they were doing.
Teachers and students?
Teachers and students, all of us. Like, we go to school and the teachers know as much as us. Like, it's so stressful. Like, they're just giving busy work. So the first semester, I didn't know what I was doing. And then the second quarter, we all started getting the hang of it. And so I was like, okay, I'm in school now. I know what I'm doing. And so I can get my work up and I can do all that stuff. But the first semester, it was just...
Okay, so what frustrated you the most about this COVID learning environment?
I'd have to say getting quarantined.
Okay, everybody doesn't know about that. So share what getting quarantined means. Like Evan did not have COVID-19. So.
All right. So I'm sitting in class, chilling, just daydreaming about the amazing week I'm about to have. Because this is right before Thanksgiving break. I'm about to go camping. I'm about to go to North Carolina, see some family. And weren't we going to do something else?
Did you say camping already?
Yeah, I said we're going to go camping. And
Brianna had a socially distanced.
Yeah, Brianna had a social distance get together. Like, I was just chilling, enjoying life. Then I get called up to the office for checkout. And apparently, I have to get quarantined for 14 days. But the worst part, the kid who got me quarantined, since he had COVID, only had to be out for 10 days. So I'm like, wait.
Your wrestling matches.
Oh, and I had my first 2 wrestling matches. I couldn't go. I couldn't go because I had to get quarantined. I couldn't go visit my family. Couldn't go camping. None of that. And so I'm just sitting home. I don't know what I have to do for work because no teachers, they don't post nothing. So I'm just...
Okay, so I don't know if you all can understand what he was saying completely, but according to the seating chart in his school, in one of his classes, a student that sat near him and was less than 6 feet away, don't eat my ice cream, and was less than 6 feet away, had tested positive for COVID on a Friday, not this week, but on a Friday. On Monday, I get a call that Evan has to go home and be quarantined because of this seating arrangement. So when I get there, I say, okay, so his sisters have to be quarantined too, right? Nope. So other people in the class were quarantined, right? Nope. So we're just doing this to say we did something. Now they didn't answer yes, but that was pretty much the gist of it. So that was a hard part of education. It was frustrating. Crystal said, we went through the same thing with Chris. It made his 9 weeks so much more difficult. And that's exactly what happened. Like the teachers didn't know how to teach a student that was quarantined. So they told him, oh, you just come back and you can do it. And then they didn't give him any help or support along the way. So he really struggled with that. Valerie said, Evan has a point. Everybody was adjusting. And our cousin Dina said he is so right. Too much work and not enough instruction.
Yep.
What's Eddie talking about? A and B student. A student with an A and a B.
See, thank you.
That is not what he meant by that.
That's most definitely what I meant. 100%.
Oh my goodness. So what was my most frustrating part of this time? I will say it's finding the balance of advocating for him, for all of my kids, but advocating for him, making him be independent or to advocate for himself, and so balancing the discipline part of it and balancing when does he actually need me to stand up and when do I just kind of shake somebody. So that has been frustrating because his chemistry grade, as he shared with you all, is not where it should be. He has a large role to play in that. But his teachers and his counselors also have a role to play in that.
All right, for example, okay? So my chemistry teacher told me, okay? See, me, I'm good at math, but my strong point is not math, and especially algebra. Like, I'm killer in geometry, but algebra, no. Chemistry is mostly algebra.
Really?
Yeah. And so
I wasn't that smart.
And so me, I'm like, because last year I took advanced biology. Like, I'm killing in science.
But did you get an A or a B in advanced biology?
I got a B. I don't want to hear it. I got a B. I don't want to hear it. I actually did get a B in.
I believe you.
Yeah.
You're smart.
But all right, so like I'm good at that. This year I knew I'm not gonna fly in advanced chemistry, so I take regular chemistry, right? But no, they give us this new teacher, a regular chemistry class. The beginning of the day, or the first week, she goes, "I'm teaching you guys the same stuff the advanced chemistry people are learning." I'm like, pause. If I want to take advanced chemistry, like I can get my credits for that. I'm taking advanced chemistry for regular chemistry stuff. And then the advanced kids, they're coming up to me like, yo, y'all doing this? Bro, we ain't got to that yet. So like,
see, I have a problem with that.
But look, no, this ain't even the worst part.
Okay.
Guess what she told us?
What?
She told us COVID is just an excuse for us not to do work.
See, and I will tell you, so I've always been a big advocate for my kids and different things. Like, yes, I have a very, I won't say strict, but a very, like, I'm strong with what your responsibilities are. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't call it strict because they get over on some things. But I have a clear idea of, hey, these are your responsibilities. This is how you advocate. This is how you do whatever. In the same breath that I hold them accountable, I also hold their teachers accountable. And I don't remember if it was last quarter, like when COVID first hit, or last quarter, first semester this year. But one of the questions that I turned on the teachers is you're asking the kids and the parents to give you leeway as you transition and as you learn and as you navigate, but you're not returning the same thing to the children. And so when it comes down to it, you can't ask for something that you're not willing to give, or you can, but then you're going to get someone like me who pushes the question and advocating for them. There are certain things you need to do. If these are your expectations, then these are my expectations of you as well.
See, I was gonna say, I agree with that too. And that's why I like my history teacher, right? Because one thing that he does is that he told us, he was like, I don't know what it's like to go through what you guys are going through. I will never know what it's like to do that. But I do know that it's hard. He's like, I got a son. He's got COVID. So his son has had COVID for like 3 months now, I would say. And so he's had him living with his mom, right? And so he like it's been like severe, like it's been pretty bad. And so he's like, I have a son. He has had COVID for 3 months, and he's still having to pick up his work. So I know how hard it is. So he's like, so I mean, I'm gonna give you your stuff. So no, I forgot what he said. He was like, so like we're in class in 2 days of notes. We're that's all we're gonna do for the 2 days we're here. We're just gonna do notes, right? And then the days you're not here, I'm gonna give the test. And all the tests are gonna be open notes on my phone. He's like, all the tests are gonna be. Oh wait, you
don't give all this good stuff.
Oh.
You don't want him to get in trouble.
You're right. Sorry, Mr. Montgomery.
But oh my goodness. But what he's saying is a teacher who cares and actually understands was able to be more effective with him versus having a teacher who's just like, this is my way or the highway. Let's look at some of these comments. Devon, hey, Devon, hey. She says, our scholars definitely learned discipline. Just like adults evolved, we underestimated how our children did also. And that's so true. It's just a matter of taking into account everybody's perspective. And I tell you, even the perspective of the parent at this point, because what we go through with the parents in trying to understand what our children need and whether we're doing it from home and balancing, I mean, oh my goodness, trying to balance my work and 3 children doing their work and asking questions. It's a lot. Barbara says, I have a problem with that too. I have a problem with that teacher. It's something that happens. I mean, and you see it across the board. And she said that teacher understands empathy, the one that you said, your history teacher. And that's the truth, because that's what you need. Crystal said, why is your son my son? Great in math, but chemistry honors kicked his butt. Definitely. And then she also said the balance of avocation is a tough one, especially if you have a child who isn't particularly outspoken. Okay, you could say that 1,000 times. We might have the same son. Because that was something big for Evan. Evan will sit. Evan will not understand and sit quietly, or it might be different things that that are going on that he's missing, but he won't speak up and he won't advocate. So I've really worked with him, pushed him, encouraged him to get things done. And then I have to check in to make sure it's done. And I feel blessed that I'm able to do that. But there are days where I'm on the grind. I mean, let's just be real. If we're being parents and we're being present, there are days that they get home and you have work, and then they get here and you're trying to have food and you're trying to finish everything that goes on, that you may even miss what their needs are or what's going on. And so that's something that really, as a community, as a team, the schools, the teachers, the parents, and the students have to work it out. All right, Evan, what has been your highlight of the year so far?
Probably say being Aviana.
Okay, so Barbara, we're just going to skip that for now. Barbara says, what's been his experience with speaking up before? Have we talked about you at Tourette syndrome? Is that okay to talk about?
Yeah.
Because I just said it out loud.
Look, this is like what she'll do, right? We'll be at a party and she'll be like, hey, don't ask them if they can come to our house, because the answer was no. And then Grace come up, Mom, right in front of them. Mom, can they come over to our house?
No. It's still no.
But the kid gonna be hurt, dude.
Well, you could have told me no. So, Canna?
Yeah.
Okay. So we did a talk on here before about Grace, who has Tourette syndrome. And I shared how I have Tourette syndrome, Evan has Tourette syndrome, and my brother also has Tourette syndrome. So it's something that we've had our entire life. And the one thing that I bring it up for is because both Evan and Grace have 504s to help with.
That's what it's called. I forgot what it was called.
To help with that in some ways. And so it gives a different perspective. It's not an IEP, it's different, but it does allow for different accommodations to be made for him in order to balance the playing field. Well, to answer Barbara's question, what's been his experience with speaking up before? So if you watch that talk, and if you didn't join on go back and look through the links and go look back at the one where Grace and I talked about Tourette syndrome, because we talked a lot about it. And Grace is so articulate. And when I tell you, Grace advocates for herself, like speaking up, especially if it has to do with something that she's missing or along those lines, she will do it. As a parent, which often some of us do for our older children, we don't know what to do. And so with Evan, my mindset was, I'm going to hold off telling him and letting him know, because I never want him to use anything as a crutch. Well, that came to bite me in the butt, because then Evan, not to use it as a crutch, but he didn't know how to advocate for what was legally his. He did not know how to advocate or speak up for what he knew he needed. You
know what I felt like?
Oh,
I felt like Theo when he found out he had dyslexia.
So you were happy? Because Theo was happy when he found out he had dyslexia.
I was like, oh, I'm not dumb.
So I hope y'all got that reference. But the Cosby Show, when Theo found out he had dyslexia, he was so excited, because all of his years before, he was thinking something was wrong with him. And then he was in college or high school. No, he was in college by the time he found out he had dyslexia. So he was excited to know it wasn't him. So that's how you felt? Okay, that makes sense. And I will tell you, he's learning now. It does make sense, Byron. He's learning now how to advocate for himself. And I've been working through him. Like when I say these last couple of weeks, really pushing him to advocate for himself and to step out and to take the lead, and really force myself to not go off. Not just on him, but some of these school people, because I want him to have a chance to step up to the plate for himself. As a young male, sophomore, anybody, but sophomore in high school, he really has to learn these building blocks. And I've taken it to really be a mission to teach him the steps along the way, and not just say, oh, you should know this. Oh, you should do this. By the time you get into college, you should know that. Well, I got to teach it first. And so really working with teaching him how to advocate for himself. Oh, Barbara, thanks for sharing. She says her daughter has an IEP and didn't realize. Oh, and you didn't tell her till the 9th grade. I get it. And it's something you don't know, because my oldest daughter she does not have Tourette syndrome. So it wasn't something that I had to do with her. And so for Evan, in my brain, I thought I was helping him. So as a parent, I did it out of love, thinking I was helping him and, making him stronger to be able to overcome, when I now see I really created some challenges and some blocks in him being able to advocate for himself. But luckily, there's still time. I mean, hey, I have my son. He has me. And so I'm teaching him now how to do it. And then I'm learning from that lesson. And I've taught Grace from a very young age. And Grace will tell you, don't do that. I cannot help that. All right. So highlights of the year.
I would say last night was a highlight.
What happened last night?
I mean, last night / this morning, getting all that stuff in for final grades.
Why you gotta call out my parenting? So last night when they had a timeline and everything was due by last night, a big chunk of stuff.
No, it doesn't make sense though.
What?
I'm all confused. Like, I'm perplexed. So last week.
Good word.
Thank you. Last week, we found out that grades were due Monday. Monday, we found out grades were due Tuesday.
No.
Just listen. I'm telling you what we heard.
Okay?
Tuesday, we found out grades were due Wednesday. Wednesday, grades were due today. Apparently, the grades are due tomorrow.
No. The grades are probably due next Monday. I I'm sorry, y'all. See, this is a lie. They can't make they can't make the grades due before school is out. They have to be able to take everything, and they can't stop it into there.
So what do you know? I went from Monday to Monday.
But see, I'm okay with that because it gave you good timelines so that you turned your stuff in so that you could be a very close to AB student. Very close. So tell me, Evan, what are your goals for 2021 to ensure that you go into 2021 really rocking it out, like really doing well, reaching that goal of the AB honor roll, and really stepping up to the plate?
No, eat my vegetables, pray every night, and don't use bad words.
Evan, for real.
Well, just keep doing what I'm doing. It's good this semester, so.
What are we gonna do different about chemistry? Crystal, we might have to do if your son's still doing chemistry this semester, we might have to do some sort of connection so that my kid can pass.
I say we change class.
Okay, that is a conversation we will handle and look into it, especially since we're starting the new semester, because a good teacher is vital.
Yep.
I'll leave it at that. All right. So as I said, I wanted to take a chance. Y'all saw Brianna on Tuesday, got into Spelman College. Evan, today I wanted to go through ending 2020, and you all will see Grace next week as we look into ending 2020.
Wait, I thought I was ending 2020. Hold up.
Wait. Well, no, we're all gonna do a live to end 2020. I have to hit him down here, y'all, so y'all don't see. He's messing it up. And of course, me eating the ice cream probably wasn't that well either. But we're going to end out 2020 with a bang. And to start that
bang! Oh, I think 2020 just ended, Mom. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Y'all saw that? 2020 just flew past me with a bang. Oh, 2020. Don't name it. Oh man. That was a close one, guys. We almost made out of that one alive.
With that being said, I'm going to go check on the sanity of my son. If you check out the banner scrolling below, TonyaNicoleFuel.com/events, register and sign up for our Breakthrough 2021 event. Barbara, do not encourage him. He is so not funny. But register to find out more about how you can take your end of the year and maximize it so that you're beginning 2021. You're breaking through that year with a clear mindset, with a set plan as to what you're going to do. As I told you, starting on Sunday, I'm going to end us out with a countdown to 2021. And in addition to the countdown to 2021, we're kicking it off with our Breakthrough 2021. So stay tuned. I can't wait to talk to you all further and hear more about where you are and where you're trying to go and how we're going to make it all happen in 2021. As I always tell you, my name is Tonya Nicole, and I am the Universal Mama Bear. I help parents stop breaking down and start breaking through to bridge the gaps that divide parents and children for stronger relationships, greater relevance, and next level results. All you have to do in order to take yourself from where you are to where you want to be, get started, join me in my countdown to 2021, register for our breakthrough, and I can't wait to see you on the other side. This has been Tonya Nicole and Toxin Tea with me, Tonya Nicole, and my favorite son, Evan.
Cut my neck.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And my favorite son, Evan.
That's me.
Peace.
Was that rehearsed?
Should it be?
I mean, I don't know.
To cut you in the neck?
No. I mean, the whole speech.
No, it sounded good, didn't it?
Yeah, that was good.
Thank
smooth.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I have to start saying that so people know who I am and what I'm all about.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I need one of those.
This is Evan. Bye, y'all.